Julien, I want to bring you in a slight switch of focus. Gary Neville, of course, the former Manchester United defender, respected pundit as well in the UK, talking of Liverpool's title chances ahead of this game, saying they should prioritise the Premier League, forget about the Champions League. He said, I know it's very hard to do, but if they could go into February, March and April without it being the Champions League, I think they could have a very real chance if they have 3 weeks. Well, why? I think their method is exhausting for the front three, Salah, Mane and Firmino. They're dropping quality below them if there are injuries or playing Wednesday and Saturday. I think it will take its toll. Of course, Liverpool are in a pretty tough group which starts this week, including PSG, Julien, Napoli and Red Star Belgrade. What did you make of Neville's comments? Does he have any sort of point there?
I mean, I get the physical point that he's making about being tired at some point because they work so hard and because of that frenetic, intense football that they're playing, like we've mentioned before. However, they recruited heavily in the summer to have that depth of squad to be able to play every tournament that they're in this season, the league, also the domestic cups, and obviously the Champions League, where they did so well last season. I don't know why they should give up on the Champions League. For me, they've got enough talent, enough players in there to do well, both in the Premier League and in the Champions League. And if you drop the Champions League and by February you're 10 points behind City, what's left in your season then? So no, I think they should go and do their best in both. No, don't give up on anything, because I really believe they've got enough talent and enough depth in that squad to do well in both.
We know it's hard to win both, your domestic league and the Champions League. Very, very, it's been proved time and time again. But is this a bizarre concept for Neville to come out and say, give up on the Champions League?
When you think that this team was in the finals last year at Champions League.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where you build from, right? That should be an expectation for you because you've been able to make it up to that point. I would also say that the point differential between Manchester City and Liverpool last year was not such that the big deal was that they lost points in February, March and April. They lost the league by 25 points. 25 points. 25 points.
Yes.
So it's
25.
It's also 25. 25.
That's a lot of points.
Well, and then you start thinking, okay, well, if it is 25 points and it doesn't happen over 3 months, it happens over the course of the season. So then you have to think about how well or how poorly Liverpool did against the top six, which wasn't good. Mm-hmm. You also have to think about the games that they gave away early on in the season. We're talking about West Brom. We're talking about Swansea early on. It's not February. It's not February. That's not the problem. It's not March. That's not the problem. It's not April.
Yeah.
And so these performances and this form against top six opposition, as well as some of the points that you gave away to poor teams that are no longer in the Premier League, that's why you're 25 points behind. Not because you have tired players in February, March, and April.
Yeah. As much as I understand the point that Gary Neville is trying to make, makes sense. With all the focus that teams and pundits like ourselves make on teams finishing in the top four, to play Champions League football, to simply say, after doing all that, let's not bother try, it goes beyond me. Playing in the Champions League...
Before it's even started.
I mean, playing Champions League football is why you can attract the likes of Roberto Firmino and Mo Salah and all the other players you want to name, Alisson in between the sticks. You don't then turn around and say, well, even though we, told you we've got Champions League football to play, we're just going to play the kids. You're not going to be involved in this. Aside from which, when you are a player of that ilk, when you are a player of that quality, those are the games that you look forward to as much as any. Facing up against the likes of PSG, against Napoli, to sit here in September and tell these players, never mind that, I think flies in the face of everything you sold them on.
Especially when you just shown that you're good enough to get to the final of that very competition. You've just showed it with this group of players. And yes, things have to follow your way, but you've given them a taste of what it can be. And to take that taste away, no chance.